So one of the most important settings, and again, this is on settings, and then you go to locations, is your location setting, where your ads show. So before we get into advanced stuff and different options around that, Chris, why don't you just speak to how you have that discussion with the client when they're like, "Hey, we're in the city of Chicago. We do HVAC in Chicago. You know, where should we target? Should we target planet Earth? Someone told me we should do that. What do you think, Chris? What do you have? What do you say when someone
Well,
says that to you?
yeah, maybe a little more specific than just planet Earth, but yeah. So location is the let's say that's the sight line of where your ads are going to go, right? The keyword is the bullet that's going to get you there. Okay, so in order to show up in the right place, in order to target your ads in the right place of the world, you need a location that targets you. So here's the general idea. You say, well, okay, well, I'm just going to target, these two zip codes. Hold on there. I know that you may want to show ads in those two zip codes, but there's two reasons why that's a bad idea. First reason is people move. People change locations
Throughout the day.
constantly. Yeah, they're at work, they're at home, they're at the gym, they're at a restaurant, they're searching all around the Chicago area, right? So do not just
There,
choose zip
yeah,
codes and assume that that's where all your customers are at. Um,
yeah.
what is it? I know something's boiling in your head. What?
No, it's just we've never talked about it before, but people yeah, I don't want to get into it, but my point is people are on mobile and they move around in a lot of different locations throughout the day.
Oh, so
So
much more than,
yeah,
I mean, jump back 10 years ago when iPhones were not the primary source of clicks.
mhm.
Our mobile phones, smartphones were not the primary source of clicks 10 years ago in Google Ads, and now they are. I mean, it's typically
Well,
70% of your traffic comes from mobile for most campaigns, I would say.
and you mentioned zip codes. Like imagine someone works in downtown Chicago,
Yeah.
and let's say they're up in their tower, and then they go down to the street level for lunch, and they walk like a 5 or 6 minute walk over to get some deep dish or whatever,
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
what if the zip code line just totally ends right between that 5 or 6 minute walk? It's like you're going to miss
Or
that great traffic.
how about this? Tippity tap, tippity tap, right? That's someone tapping on their keyboard, right? That's the sound of it. They're on their keyboard, on their computer. They're on the Wi-Fi network of their tall tower.
Okay,
They then stand up, walk downstairs, pull their phone out. Now they're on the
data.
Verizon network or
Mhm.
AT&T. They've completely changed IPs. They've completely changed quote unquote locations, even though they're physically in the same location. Those could be treated completely differently simply because they've changed their IP address, the location of the device that they're using, how
Mhm.
it's connected to the internet. That alone means that you need to target a wider area than you
Wide.
initially
So
think.
so wide is the key word there, if you will. I think what we run into when we talk to new advertisers is they get laser focused on a very, very small amount of zip codes or a very, very small list of towns right around their city.
Hmm.
I think what we recommend is what I tell clients is go as wide as possible that makes sense for your business. So, like,
Yep.
if you are in
Yep.
Chicago and you can do HVAC on all parts of Chicago, then you should target all of Chicago. But we're open here to having discussions. We're trying to get to good results. So, if you're only coming at this HVAC with only $1,000 a month, and we're confident that we can spend the full thousand in your kind of part of Chicago, because Chicago is such a big metro, maybe you only target like whatever that by the Great Lakes, North Chicago, Gold Coast, whatever that area of Chicago that you primarily do business in. Maybe you could start with like a 5 mile radius around your office, a 10 mile radius, a 7 mile
Mm.
radius, something like that. Um, go as wide as possible, but I'm open to dialing it back a little bit if you have a small budget. And then if you can't spend your full budget, you can go a little bit wider. But I think we've just seen so many people go so small with their targeting. that it kind of pushes us to say go a little bit wider, but it's just what makes sense for your business. And some different options you have. You do have zip codes. You do have radiuses. You can punch in the address of your business and put an X mile radius around there. You can target different cities. You can target different counties. Counties is usually a really strong one. And you can layer those strategies on top of each other, target like different towns. And then if those towns are right next to each other, but there's different gaps in the targeting, you could add a radius to kind of cover it. But it's basically the area that you do business in. I think that's as kind of simple as it gets. Chris, let's talk about advanced location options. So I've got them pulled up in front of me, so I'll just walk through them real quick.
Yeah.
So you've got the default, which it's set to, which is presence or interest, people regularly in, or who've shown interest in your targeted location. So people in or regularly in, that's fine. That's someone in Chicago who lives 20 miles north of downtown or 20 minutes north of downtown, but then works downtown, and you're targeting maybe just the area north of downtown. Well, they're regularly there. And so if they do the search from downtown Chicago, you still want their business because their house, if you're HVAC, their house is 20 minutes north of the core of the city there. But the key one here is who's shown interest in your targeted location. That means someone could be in New York City, in Oklahoma City, in Dallas, in Florida, searching about Chicago, HVAC companies in Chicago. And maybe you want that traffic because someone's on a business trip to New York City and they're looking for HVAC for when they get back. Or maybe they've got rental properties in Chicago they're looking to take care of. And it usually has to include some kind of like Chicago word or geographic word in the search that shows that they are looking for where you advertise. So you've got that option. The other main option we use is presence, which is a little more locked down. It's got only the people in or regularly in your target location aspect. It takes away the people who've shown interest in your target location, and it targets only people in or regularly in. So presence or interest versus just presence. Presence or interest is the default. This is under location options. Chris, do you feel strongly about going with either one of those for a new advertiser that's looking for kind of safe, conservative results?
Yeah, I think the presence is going to be the safest thing, not the interest. So someone who's in or regularly in the area is definitely the best place to be.
Now that's for most businesses. That's definitely for most like local businesses. If you're just a local company that does business in your area, as opposed to, I don't know, some kind of internet company or software company or whatever. But that's if you're a local business. I would agree with that, Chris. The reason why is it's not bad to have people who've shown interest in your target location a lot of times, but we're talking about the range of possibilities here. Like sometimes on some accounts, you just get some traffic you don't want. And I want to eliminate that potential problem for a new advertiser who's looking for like safe, conservative results. So I would say lock it down to presence as well. So Chris, let's take a quick break here, and then we're going to get into keywords, match types, bidding, some of the really, really kind of hard stuff and important stuff. So we'll take a little dance break here, and then we will be right back.
Welcome back.